Hello, everyone. Welcome to Dreamleapers Inspiration. I'm your host, Harriet Cole. So happy to be with you today. The sun is shining, and I'm feeling that sunshine in my heart. How about you? I just love being in the space of brightness, and sometimes we have to call on it even when we don't see it from our window or from our walks or being in nature. Sometimes we have to call it forth because it isn't as apparent as we might want it to be. I think that that's all about our will to be able to see the greatness in the moment, even if right before us could seem a little dismal, could seem a little questionable. And right now, there is no question, but many of us, certainly in the United States, but I would venture to say all over the world, are wondering and waiting and hoping to discover what will happen as the result of the American presidential election. Now, I do not say this in a partisan way, just what's going to happen. Every 4 years, we have an election. And this go round, so many people are paying attention and contemplating what's next. There are countless challenges that we are facing in our world right now. And when you have many challenges and questions and concerns, you look to your leaders to help guide the way, to help show you a path forward. And that's why in a democracy, a presidential election is so important, because the leader is there to help us move forward with intention and purpose and clarity. And the only way to ensure that whoever you think should be helping to move us and you in that direction is to vote. Isn't that right? But I didn't choose to call today's inspiration vote. I chose to call it act, because I want this message to be broader than the very important act of voting, even though that is the action right now. But beyond taking that action, what are the other actions that you need to take in your life in order to have a fulfilled life, in order to be the one who is guiding your physical body? So, yes, we have a power greater than ourselves. However, we understand God to be, that helps to guide our steps. Yes, we have leaders whom we elect to shoulder the responsibility of ensuring that we are going, that our government, that our town, that our job, whatever it is that has a leader, will be holding the torch and making sure that the leadership is with great intention. Yes. But what about you? How are you leading yourself, your thoughts, words, and deeds? What are you doing to ensure that you are taking action for you, that you are making choices that will ensure that your steps are guided as opposed to random, that you're not just stumbling around heading towards who knows what because you didn't pay close enough attention? This happens to all of us, by the way. We're not always paying attention. There are times when we move without purpose because there's a routine that's part of our life. Has that ever happened to you? If you tell the truth, I want to say that probably does. And good morning to everybody who's joined. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Happy to be with you. Very, very happy. And I'm seeing I have friends joining from New York and from Canada, and wherever you are, happy to be with you. Thank you for being with me. We're talking about action, precipitated by the reality that in the United States, a vote is imminent for President of the United States. But this action of choosing our leaders is something that's happening globally. And I want us to say it's happening with us. What is the choice that we are making in terms of leading ourselves? And I ask this question because often we point the finger toward the leader out there to say, it's your responsibility. I voted you in. I chose you. I say I support you. And I expect you to fulfill certain obligations, which, by the way, is accurate, especially if it's an elected official. But that's not everything. What about you? What should you be doing for yourself? What action should you be taking so that you're not just imagining what you want your life to be like? You're living your life. You're not just dreaming about how to solve challenges that you have. You're taking action to solve them. How many of you are kind of stuck in the space of wonder and contemplation and consideration of what you're supposed to do, what you tell yourself you want to do and you should do and you have promised that you will do, and doing it? Are you one of those people about something in your life? I have a great quote. Let me tell you this quote that I found. Here you go. Your beliefs become your thoughts. Your thoughts become your words. Your words become your actions. Your actions become your habits. Your habits become your values. Your values become your destiny. That's from Gandhi, a great thinker, spiritual being who influenced so many, including Martin Luther King Jr. He influenced Dr. King in the space of nonviolent action and nonviolent protest. He influenced millions of people the world over with his very simple philosophies about how to live, how to be in alignment with mind, body, spirit, and the universe, how to honor each other, how to support one another as we journey through this world. I want to read this one to you too again, because it's really specific and has a lot of things for us to unpack. Let's unpack each of them. Your beliefs become your thoughts. What do you believe in? Have you even considered, what do you believe? If you have children, this is one of those times when you think about, what have you been sharing with your children about your belief system, your values? And when you break it down and think, what do you believe? How did you come to believe whatever it is you believe about any given topic? Did you do research? Was it passed down from your family? Is it affected by your neighborhood, by your livelihood, by your sense of what makes you happy? How do you come up with beliefs? Your beliefs become your thoughts. Whatever you believe then inhabits your brain as your thoughts. That's what Gandhi says. Your thoughts become your words. Okay, this is something I learned in my meditation practice, that concepts exist, but how do you capture a concept and harness a concept? So if a concept, if even before concept, what is before you, right? You see it, you light upon it, and then how does it become real and tangible? It needs to have limitations around it so that you can even find, I'm seeing this means something to me, and then here are words that help to capture the meaning of it. Your words become your thoughts become your words. Whatever you imagine, envision, it needs to turn into words in order for you to be able to articulate it, right? Your words become your actions. What you speak then can guide your steps, right? Your actions become your habits. Isn't that true? If you think about how do you spend your time? What do you do every day? What are those rituals that are part of your life? And by the way, are they rituals that you want to be part of your life, or has it just become rote for you? Good question. Your habits become your values. Now, this is super important because there are people who will tell you, well, I value fitness, but they never move. I value cleanliness, but they don't keep their body clean or their space clean or whatever it might be. If it is true, according to Gandhi, that your habits become your values, then actually what that suggests is that you could say anything, but what you do, the actions you take, show what you value. Your values become your destiny. Okay, that's pretty intense, isn't it? Your values become your destiny. How your life is going to unfold is based upon your values. Does that make sense to you? It makes a lot of sense to me, and it's very simple yet very precise. So here we go again. I'm going to tell you all that Gandhi said. Your beliefs become your thoughts. Your thoughts become your words. Your words become your actions. Your actions become your habits. Your habits become your values. Your values become your destiny. So much to contemplate in those profound words of Gandhi. They're all about action, all about action. But even get to the action, you have to have beliefs, you have to have thoughts, you have to have words, you have deeds, you have habits that roll out into who you are and into what your life becomes. And this is why it's so important for us to recognize that everything we think, everything we say, everything we do matters. Everything. You know, if you sort of let your hair down, so to speak, and decide, oh, today is a day I can make fun of people, then what? How does that ripple out? What effect does that have? Today is a day when it doesn't matter what I do because I'm taking a day off. This is one of those interesting things. I do believe in days off, but I don't believe in so called downtime. I think that all time is valuable. And if we make the choice to consider how we will spend the time when we're not working, how we're going to use that time to honor ourselves in a different way, that's very different from, oh, it doesn't matter what I do now. It always matters. It always matters. Isn't that interesting to contemplate? Everything you think, everything you say, everything you do always matters. Now that can be daunting because we may have perfect intentions, but people don't have perfect actions, perfect thoughts, perfect words all the time. So perfection is not what we're seeking. Reaching to be our best is what we're seeking. How can I be my best? How can I do what I believe is right for my life and for the lives of those I touch? Because as you know, just if you throw a pebble in the water, that ripple does have an effect on everything around it. Our thoughts, words, and deeds matter not just to us, but to our universe. Our actions matter. Your actions matter. I want you to contemplate that deeply. That you, no matter who you are, you may think of yourself as a very important person in your world. You are. You may think of yourself as somewhat invisible in your world because you're just kind of going with the flow. Whatever your work is doesn't bring a lot of attention to you. You are still very important. We are all very important in our world. And how we navigate our world makes a difference. So today, I want you to move forward consciously being aware of action, being connected to thoughts, words, and deeds. And when you do that, you pause a little bit. You step back and take a take a breath, pause a beat, look around, look inside, determine, is this the right way forward? This is something to practice, pausing before acting, pausing long enough to line up thoughts, words, and deeds. Does it match? Does it match? Does it match? If it matches, I move forward. If it doesn't match, I need to pause and maybe pivot, do something different, say something different, say nothing at all. Not everything requires a statement. I hope that this is helpful for you. I want you to apply it today. Apply this notion of thoughts, words, and deeds lining up into right action for your life. We could contemplate Gandhi for years. He was such a profound thinker and someone very much connected to spirit, to his own and to the spirit of humanity. That's a connection I'm always looking for, to be connected to that reservoir that puts us in touch with God, within and without. Because that's when you feel like you're in the groove, that whatever's going on, you can handle it. You have the ability to see more clearly because you're not defensive, you're in alignment. Let's align ourselves, thoughts, words, deeds, action, inspired action, focused action, connected action, where we are not just thinking about ourselves, but we're thinking about others, our family, our neighbors, our community, our world. Take right action today. You're worth it. We need it. We need each other. We need to do what is called upon us to do, not just contemplate it, but take action to make this a better world. You ready to do it? Let's do it today, together. Until next time, have a great day and make it count. Namaste.